Coming to you live from Central Florida, you're listening to Falcons Nest Live. Bringing you all the news and notes on the Atlanta Falcons. And now, here's your host, Daniel Spencer.
What is up, guys? Good morning to all of you guys who are making the Falcons Nest jump in on the morning. Wherever you're coming from, wherever you're listening, thank you for dropping by. I appreciate it. In the path of Irma right now, but we don't care. We're going to hunker down. We're going to get ready for things to come, but we're thinking about the now. And, oh, man, early morning grind. Let's go into this chat box really quick. Let's go say hi to all the peeps who have come in here and who want to talk some Falcons football. We got a great game coming up on Sunday. And we had an awesome game last night. Thank you for the sub. Really appreciate that. That popped up so quick, I didn't even get to see the name. Goodness. But let's go into this chat box really quick. Let's go say hi to all the peeps. Chris Robbins in the house, one of my admins. 1 million subscribers without a video challenge. Good to see you in here. You want to talk a little bit about the Pats and Chiefs? We'll do that. We got Brianna. What's going on, girl? How's it going? Let's see who else is in here. Big John, 6458. Hey, let's go. Drake Holiday in here. Early morning grind. You know what's up. Oh, Rizzy, rise up. Good to see you on a Falcons Friday. Raichu for the win. Good to see you in here. So let's get into the main course. Actually, let's start with an appetizer. My thoughts on the Kansas City Chiefs and New England Patriots opener. And I think all of you guys are gonna have a good laugh with. So stick with me. think all of you guys are going to have a good laugh with, so stick with me. So, Chiefs last night, I didn't think, and maybe a lot of people didn't think, that this set of running backs that they have are like not a 1-2 punch, a 1-2-3 punch. Did you see the kid West out there running? Did you see the kid out of Toledo? Did you see the kid West out there running? Did you see the kid out of Toledo? Oh well, it's because I had the sound up. I'm sorry, guys. I was trying to make sure that my voice was working, but I turned that off. Is everything okay? Is the echo gone? I had to pop that. Had it up just a little too loud, I guess. Good. All right. Did you see Hill going out there and running? Did you just see the Chiefs go out there and use their running backs in ridiculous ways? They were throwing the running backs out there as wide receivers, and the Pats they didn't know how to do it. They didn't know how to stop them. At first, when I turned this game on, I was like, okay, the Pats are going to control this game into the late. If you caught my show early on yesterday, right before the game started, things kind of, myself and Arnav, we were talking about, the Chiefs will win this game. And we were correct, but we didn't think it was going to be in this type of fashion. 42 points. 42 points. I was on 4chan last night in the Chiefs versus Patriots game thread, and the memes never stopped flowing. They just overflow in my cup. Pictures of Andy Reid in a tub of fried chicken, and Tom Brady sitting down, head hanging low memes. This is just the start of the NFL doing what it's doing. Last night's game was lit. It was well deserved. NFL fans needed to see that to have some faith that their team is going to do something in the AFC or the NFC. That it's a new year, and that it's not the same Patriots team. These are not the same Patriots players. So that's just my 2 cents. My 2 cents on the game last night. Since when has Alex Smith become more than just a field general? And I hate that term. But can somebody in here tell me why Alex Smith all of a sudden started turning into like this a little bit of motivation? A little bit of motivation, maybe, because of Pat Mahomes? No, it couldn't just be little old Pat Mahomes pushing Alex Smith to be better. No. Did you see the collegiate plays that they were playing out there? Did you see the collegiate plays that the Chiefs were doing? I think that threw the Patriots off. They did triple option. They did speed option, outside speed option. Hey, if you got a faster quarterback, that speed option could be deadly in the NFL, because NFL players aren't used to that kind of stuff for a couple weeks. You can take advantage of those things. I think that's exactly what they did too. I'm gonna throw this out here, that with Hunt and Hill and this kid West, somebody had a good night with fantasy. Somebody had a good night with fantasy. Somebody blew it up. I didn't. I had the Pats defense. I scored like 2 points, 3 points. Shout out, Brianna's right. Shout out to Eric Berry, who was blowing it up, and then he's gone. He looks like he's gone for the season. Shout out to the KC defense, who literally played their hearts out and left it all on the field because there ain't a lot of KC defenders left after they played the Patriots. And there's not a lot of Patriots left either because you got Amendola and concussion protocol. You've got Dante Hightower got real hurt, real bad. You had quite a few Patriots injuries last night. You had a lot of KC injuries too. So let's see how this goes. Let's see how they're doing. Actually, with Eric Berry out, KC was doing better. They were doing real good with Eric Berry in, and then all of a sudden, they put it up to another level. They flipped the switch to another level with Eric Berry out. Next man up. So I guess I'll discuss that more and have a discussion with my good colleague Andrew Ferenzi live tonight, and we'll talk a little bit more about that Casey and Pat's game, and we'll talk a little bit about the games going forward. But let's get into the Falcons stuff, because that's really what I want to cover tonight, or this morning. Excuse me. It's 10:48. Holla. Falcons and Bears. This is the 27th regular season meeting. Bears lead the series 14-12. And the Bears have won the last two meetings, and the last game at Soldier Field in 2011 was 30-12. So there's a little bit of a stat for you, a soft factor for you, that the Bears do lead this series for now. And this could be the year of the big bad Goliath teams getting punched in the mouth by little teams, so watch out. I know I'm saying something. I'm saying something completely ridiculous, but I'm saying this right now. Don't be surprised if the Bears aren't terrible. Don't be surprised if the Bears actually are kind of decent. Not dumpster fire and not demigods. The Bears are a decent team. Wouldn't be surprised. Wouldn't be surprised the first 5 weeks we see the Bears actually go out there, run the ball, wear teams down, and then if their wide receivers can actually catch, then boom. So I would say Bears somewhere in that 5-11 to 8-8 range this year. If they just take on teams that are at the same level as they are and just win a couple close ones, this Bears team can be talked about as an average team. Some more stats for you for the Atlanta Falcons and Chicago Bears game coming up. Bears secondary is the biggest weak point. And if they have any way of stopping this Atlanta Falcons team, it has to be cutting Matt Ryan short of looking at his reads. Ryan is a very accurate quarterback. He doesn't have the biggest arm, but he has an accurate arm. He can get it from point A to point B. I would look for the Bears coach, John Fox, to utilize Howard and the running game early on as a way to kind of lighten things for Mike Glennon. And Howard last year did average 5.2 yards a carry. But I don't expect that kind of success against Atlanta, especially with its very fast and physical defense. And it's just not that Howard won't be effective, because I think he will be effective in certain situations, but they're going to have to think outside of the box to play against Atlanta's revamped defensive line, Jack Crawford, Dontari Poe, Grady Jarrett. We'll talk about Rashad Hageman in just a little while. And I think the Falcons will key in on that running game and put Mike Glennon in the uncomfortable situation of having to use Kevin White and company to beat the Atlanta Falcons. So look for the Atlanta Falcons secondary versus Mike Glennon and the wide receiving core of the Bears to be the main matchup, because everything else is just going to be the Falcons keying in on Jordan Howard. The Bears ranked 28th last year in scoring, only able to score 17 points per contest. And the Falcons were ranked number 1. So if you're thinking that the Falcons are going to drop from 1 to 32, you're crazy with the addition and subtraction of Mike Shanahan and Steve Sarkisian. If you think that is going to be the main reason the Falcons are going to fall off the face of the earth, I think not. And especially against the Bears secondary, which is probably going to get pummeled by the Falcons' plethora of wide receivers and talent. Julio Jones, Mohamed Sanu, Devontae Freeman, Tevin Coleman, Tyler Gabriel, just to name a few. And what you really don't want, if you're the Chicago Bears, is for there to be any reason that you have to utilize Mitch Trubisky in this game. If Mike Glennon goes down, go ahead and flush the season completely down the drain and get ready for 2-14. The Bears secondary is in a lot of trouble because there will be a very, very big emphasis on using Austin Hooper this game as well, and try to utilize the tight end game, the tight end, 2 tight end, 3 tight end sets. The Falcons will utilize this. It will be a huge asset for Atlanta with very, I would say speedy, but I would say quicker tight ends than they've had before. And especially in a guy that's hungry like Austin Hooper and Levine Toilolo sticking around this team and making a couple catches here and there in big blocks. So, I don't like doing predictions. Score-wise, we can go back and forth between wins and losses and blah, 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 but I think if we're talking about a blowout, that's not going to be this game. But if we're talking the Falcons scoring 20-plus points, I think it can be done. That's just the straight up, no frills, no lies, truth that stings. Atlanta is going to run the ball effectively, and they're going to eat up this terrible secondary of the Chicago Bears. I'd probably take Leonard Floyd, but that's just me. I'm not sure how this season in total is going to go. And let's be honest here. Atlanta has as good a shot as any other team. There's probably a handful of 5 or 6 teams that are just not going to go to the playoffs this year. Just not. It's just not going to happen. The end. But I think Atlanta has as good a shot as any other team in the NFL. But if the New England Patriots look like this through the whole season, if the Pats look like this through the whole season, and all it takes is a couple big plays to beat them, then watch out. Because I think that there will be no competition, and if Atlanta can just walk their way into the playoffs and then fight their way through and get to the Super Bowl, then this Pats team is not enough. I think every Falcons fan wants to hear that. That after last night's performance against not a crazy good wide receiving core, their weapons are in the running backs and the tight end, and their defense is good, not super great, that a team with depth can beat the Patriots. And the Patriots look like they don't have a lot of depth. They didn't try to utilize Gronkowski a lot in the game. Maybe that's one of their faults. But we're talking about if Atlanta goes back to the Super Bowl again, which they're a long long way from that happening right now. But we can look towards the Falcons and Patriots game many weeks down the road from now. If they're still playing like that up to this point, if they're still playing like what they did last night when they play Atlanta, it's going to be a long night for Patriots fans. A long night for Patriots fans. Because we will have the depth to be able to take them. That's not a crazy prediction. That's not some outside of the box hot it doesn't have any venom behind it. If the Pats are playing like they're doing right now, and they keep playing like this all the way into the Atlanta game in Week 7, then this is going to be a very long game for them. Josh, what's going on? Rise up from Germany. We have a German in the chat. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the chat, Josh. Really appreciate you tuning in. Falcons Fury's in here. XXX Brook. Boink. Bonk. Saying hi to a couple people, but I got my train of thought somewhere else. Breaking the mirror, walking under the ladder to put him out of cover. Brady didn't look like Tom Brady from in the Super Bowl. He looked like he had just turned a year older. Let's say this. That with the weapons that they have right now, and of course things are going to be slower. It's going to be a real game. It's not going to be like these preseason games that we've had. With this game coming up against the Bears, if the Falcons could come out and score 20, I think that we have a very good chance to continue a strong offense and defensive performance. This is my keys, my 3 keys to the Falcons beating the Chicago Bears, because I don't even believe that the Chicago Bears can touch Atlanta. And that's not biased, even though this is a Falcons show. That's just how it is. The Falcons have more talent. But here we go. Without Edelman, Brady isn't Brady. Clay, hey, they have a trust. They have a symbiotic relationship as a wide receiver and a quarterback that not a lot of other wide receivers and quarterbacks have. And the front seven for the Pats was awful. The Pats defense was awful. They looked like they were missing a leader. So here are my keys. Falcons beating the Bears. Number 1, turnovers. If the Falcons continue the trend like they did through the preseason and last year, which was cause turnovers, cause interceptions, cause fumbles, cause havoc, chaos, then the Falcons are going to win this game. Multiple turnovers, not 1, not 2, but 3 or more, and the Falcons secure this game easily because the Bears aren't able to play catch up. Number 2. Young defense with very little penalties. If this defense can have very little penalties against the Bears game, or against the Chicago Bears, then this team wins just based off of discipline. Falcons discipline versus the Bears discipline. If we are more disciplined than them, we cause the least amount of penalties, we're going to win this game. Plain, simple, easy to discuss. There. I think when we talk about the Atlanta Falcons, we talk about, and this is my 3rd key, we talk about their big playability, their quick strike ability in 2016, how good they were at doing what they were doing, their ability to be balanced and not only run effectively, but pass effectively. And one of my next big keys of the game will be the Falcons being balanced. If Atlanta is balanced, they're going to win this game straight up. They don't need the other frill that I talked about in points 1 and point 2. As long as they're balanced and able to take on teams with a balanced approach, utilizing both the run and the pass, being able to switch it up when they need to. Unlike the Patriots last night, who could not switch it up. They ran, and then they did the same short passes over and over and over and over. They took a couple of shots down the field to the same guys over and over and over. If the Falcons can be a multi-threat, Hydra, and be able to spread the ball all over, Hooper, Sanu, Julio, Coleman, Freeman, in the pass and the run game, Gabriel, Hardy, Salbert. Would be funny if we actually did see a couple of passes go his way. But if we can see these guys become balanced and be able to evolve as the game goes on, then this Falcons team wins. So my 3 keys: balance. Falcons must have balance to be able to win all their games, but in this game, especially when it's Week 1, first game of the season, don't know how this offense is going to work with a new offensive coordinator that wants to run the same scheme. We've got to watch that as it goes. Key 2, turnovers. Must have turnovers. And number 3, discipline. They must be disciplined in this game. I think I'll probably say these same exact points, if not clearer, when I go to Dirty Bird Nation later today. Or actually on Sunday, excuse me. I'll do it on Sunday right before the game. If the Falcons can take these 3 keys, balance, and the ability to turn the ball over, and discipline, then they win this game easily. 21, 28, 35 points, something like that. And the Bears score like 17. My prediction for this game, and I like I said, I don't like doing predictions, is 28-17. Bears score off of a couple of yinky-dink plays, maybe even a special teams play. And you're right, Clay. They should have lost. The Chiefs should have lost based solely on the fact that their penalties were so bad. They had like 109 yards worth of penalties in 3 quarters. It's ridiculous. But Belichick and Tom Brady seemed like they just kind of fell off the face of the earth. We'll talk about that more when I'm able to get my friend to help me, my co-host, to help me talk about that game and the games coming up. So, in my mind, we have a great chance here to start 1-0. First 4 games of the season in our favor. The harder teams, we have to play at home. The weaker teams, we have to play away. But concentrating just on this particular Bears game, we have the tools and the assets to be able to win this. It's just straight up how it is. Quick PSA before I start getting ready to put the new Crawford video up. I know you guys will want to see that. Then we have another video that we're going to put down later today. But we are going to drop a Jack Crawford quick look. I want everybody to know that there's a difference between a film breakdown and a quick look. Quick look will be about 5 minutes total. So if you're looking for a short, sweet, 3 to 5 plays max being broken down and talked about, go check out my quick looks. We will be reformatting the videos and renaming a couple of them for quick look or for film breakdown. If you're looking for a full film breakdown, could be upwards of 15 minutes. Talking about all the plays that happened during the game, the ones that made the biggest impact, and the ones that we saw the best technique or the worst. Then go check those videos out. Keanu Neal, film breakdown. Vic Beasley, film breakdown. Takk McKinley, film breakdown. You'll see a lot of those this year. My shorter videos will be quick looks. Go keep an eye out for those, which you're about to see the Jack Crawford quick look. 5-minute video. Not that long. And then my film breakdowns, if you want to look, will be 15 to 20 minutes. And those will be the big ones. The ones that this player did this in this game. We're also going to be putting out offense and defense, what they did right, what they did wrong, breakdowns. Those will be for every game this season. So you'll have, 32 of those. 32 film breakdowns on the Falcons offense and defense throughout the whole season. And then you'll have a bunch of quick looks and film breakdowns on players. Also, if you guys are liking the content that we're producing, you guys like what we're talking about, you guys like the show, how we present the show, please go support us on Patreon. The link will be in the description, plus you can see it right on the screen. And it's literally like this. $1 helps me get this content and put it on here. That's just how it is. I've got, electric bill to go through. I've got all this other stuff, and I'm not pandering. But to keep me from going out and having to do the day job over and over and over, I need the support to be able to run the show because this isn't free. It's free for you guys unless you come and support the channel. We're going to be giving you guys bloopers, inside looks, day-to-day life of Lieutenant Dan and his crew. Not only on Instagram but on Patreon. You get to see some of more of my outside life on Instagram, and you'll be able to get to see what we do here on my Patreon. So those of you that give us some support there and donate to the cause, then we get to show you guys new and exciting logos, and we also give you guys polls that help direct the show in whatever direction you guys want to see it go in. So we'll have player polls of which video should we do next, should we highlight a certain person, and you can always contact us through any of our social media outlets to kind of give us a bump. I take more consideration into what we do next on my Patreon than I do through my Twitter, Twitch, anything else. So just saying, support us on Twitter and Instagram, as well as on this channel right here. Hit the notification button as well as the sub button. So sub to the channel and hit the notification button so you know when we go live. The notification will pop up on your phone or whatever device you're using saying, hey, Lieutenant Dan is going live right now. You need to jump in here, be first. And if you'd ever like to be on the show, we will. You can get in touch with me on Facebook or Instagram or on here, and we can direct message each other, and then we can put you on Skype and have you on the show and talk Falcons football. I know we have quite a few games, 16 games to go through, and I need some Falcons fans to help me with some content going forward. Let's go back to the chat really quick before we wrap this up. And Josh wants to know, do you think Takk will be able to make an impact right from the start of the season, or will Quinn get him in more slowly due to his shoulder injury? I don't think I don't think the injury itself, the shoulder injury, is going to have really that much of an impact. It seems that they have nursed that back to health and that it's at 100%. The doctors are very happy with what has happened. And the other thing is that Quinn has already said that he is light years ahead of some of the players that came in when he first started head coaching. So there was good information going from player A to the coach But now here we are 2 years, 3 years in of the Quinn tenure, and he's perfected his craft better to be able to teach his players in the right scenarios and in the right ways to give them their information the quickest and in the most reliable way. So Vic Beasley, a learning process, trying to figure out how to be a head coach, how to mold him, how to make him a better player, maybe more defensive end, maybe more outside linebacker, maybe this or that. With Duke, it was different. Okay, Duke, we got to kind of get you molded in here, and oh, you're learning pretty quickly. That's good. Okay, Neil, you're learning pretty quickly. And then here we are, and they said that, Deion Jones. I just said Duke, but Deion Jones learning very quickly. Now Duke Riley and Takk McKinley are in here learning even quicker than their predecessors. And that is a huge step forward. Congratulations. Kevin Brown has subbed to the channel. Thank you, Kevin, for subbing to the channel. I appreciate the support. Make sure you go hit the notification button so that you know when we go live. Let's give Kevin Brown a big Ric Flair woo. Woo! Way to go, Kevin. Appreciate the support, buddy. We're growing every day. I want, before we start the game before we start the Bears game, to try to be right next to 1,000 subs so that we can do not only a big 1,000 thank you for 1,000 subs, but we can also, at the same time, do the opening game for the Atlanta Falcons. That would be crazy lit. That would be awesome. So to answer your question, let's go back up here. Josh, to answer your question, Josh, Takk McKinley, will he be affected by this stuff? Probably not. Because he's already been put to a certain bit here. He's already been raised to a particular level that not a lot of guys have gotten to yet, but are working towards. And at the same time, he's eating up information at a quicker rate. So that's what's up. Stanley Curse, what's going on? Rise up. Good to see you. Woo! So we're going to go ahead and drop the Jack Crawford, the Englishman, Jack Crawford quick look for you guys right after the end of this show. I really appreciate all you guys for coming in here, being part of the Falcons fam. And we're also going to be doing more of our inside looks at the rookies for 2018, as well as the 2017 guys have already been drafted. And we're going to start calling those videos New to the Nest. So we're going to be doing some channel updates. Hope you guys stick with us through that. We've got a lot of maintenance to do. And Hurricane Irma coming right up the coast soon by Sunday afternoon. So we don't know if we'll even be able to watch the game here at Unintentional Grounding. But keep your prayers with us. Hurricane force winds of Cat 3 coming through and probably going to be hitting the coast and the interior. So I hope all of you guys stay safe. Those of you are in Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina, this could be affecting all three states. Board up, stay safe, or evacuate, please. You guys mean a lot to me as a fam. Guys that come in here, my peeps that come and watch my show. You aren't my fans, you are my peeps. So I really appreciate all of you guys for coming in here, supporting this channel. And please, by all means, stay safe up till this Sunday. Sunday, if we have power, we're going to do a show. Celebrate. You know what I'm saying? If not, we'll do a live show on Facebook just to give you an update that we're all good, that we're living. We're in a new development, so we shouldn't have too much debris going around here, but hurricane force winds up to 70, 80 miles per hour should be hitting this area. So stay safe, peace out, grease out, and rise up to all of y'all. I really appreciate the support. You guys have been awesome. And we're sitting if I do this correctly, we are sitting at 764 subs, and we're trying to get to 1,000 by week 2. It'd be awesome if we can kind of close that gap, because the more subs to a channel, and I'm just letting you guys know a little insider analytics type deal, the more sub to the channel, the more outreach that YouTube itself, not myself or the channel itself, but YouTube will push my stuff out and let it get known to others. So you can share it all you want everywhere else, but hey, YouTube has their weird analytics, and they like to play games with us and all of that. So I appreciate all of you guys sharing everything that you're doing. If you do have a Facebook group and it is called Atlanta Falcons Germany, I would love to be part of Atlanta Falcons Germany just as a fly on the wall. That would be amazing. Rise up, Kevin Brown. Rise up, everybody in here. Josh, Chris Robbins, Brianna, Dawson, Dempsey. Good to see you in here. Stanley Keys. And a whole lot of y'all, you guys have supported this channel and turned it into something. Go support me on Patreon. Go sub to the channel. Hit the notification button, as well as head over to the Twitters and the Instagrams in the links below, as well as on the screen, so that you guys can keep up to date. We're going to be probably posting a bunch of stuff as we go forward, just because Hurricane Irma is going to be coming up the coast. And we're going to be giving you guys live updates and things of that nature going on. Peace out, grease out, rise up, y'all, and have a wonderful Falcons Sunday and Friday going forward when we take on the Bears. Man, I'm excited, hungry to do this. Peace out, guys.